Number 10. Rogue planets. Imagine a world with no sun, no warmth, no light, just a frozen rock tumbling through absolute darkness for billions of years. Scientists have confirmed these objects are real. They're called rogue planets, and there are likely more of them drifting through our galaxy than there are stars. Using gravitational microlensing, astronomers detected dozens of free-floating worlds. When James Webb turned its eye toward Orion, it found something stranger. Pairs of rogue planets, Jupiter-sized, drifting together through the void. No star, no orbit, just endless dark. Some were ejected from solar systems by gravitational chaos. Others formed alone, condensing from gas clouds in the space between stars. But here's what should keep you awake. Some of these worlds have thick atmospheres. Some retain internal heat. Some may have liquid water beneath layers of frozen gas. We always search for life around stars. But what if the galaxy is filled with dark, invisible worlds, quietly hosting something we've never imagined? Number 9. K2-18b, a signal we can't explain. In 2023, James Webb analyzed the atmosphere of a planet 124 light-years away. What it found stopped the scientific community cold. K2-18b is 9 times the mass of Earth, orbiting in the habitable zone of a red dwarf star. Scientists think it may be a Hycean world, entirely covered by a warm, deep ocean under a hydrogen-rich sky. Webb detected carbon dioxide, methane, and then something else, a faint chemical signal consistent with dimethyl sulfide, DMS. On Earth, DMS is produced by exactly one known process: marine life. Scientists were careful. They called it tentative, unconfirmed. More observations are needed, but the signal is real. It's on the right planet, in the right context, and on our own world it would mean only one thing: we haven't found life. But for the first time, we have a specific chemical on a specific alien world that demands an explanation. Number 8. Black holes make sound. Space is supposed to be silent. Sound needs molecules to travel. Space is a vacuum. The universe should be perfectly, permanently quiet. NASA just proved that isn't entirely true. At the center of the Perseus galaxy cluster, 250 million light-years away, sits a massive black hole surrounded by clouds of superheated gas. In 2003, Chandra detected pressure waves moving through that gas. Actual sound waves. In 2022, NASA stretched those waves upward by 57 octaves into a range human ears can hear. The result was not what anyone expected. Not a hum, not static. A low, resonant, almost organic groan, rising and falling. Ancient. Wrong. Like something impossibly old. Breathing. That black hole has been generating that sound continuously for billions of years. Long before Earth existed, long before our sun ignited, the universe is not silent. We just didn't have the ears. Number 7. Galaxies that should not exist. Our models of the universe predict how galaxies form. After the Big Bang, matter should have spent hundreds of millions of years slowly gathering into the first dim structures. Massive, mature galaxies should not exist in the early universe. There simply wasn't enough time. James Webb disagreed. In its first deep-field images, Webb found massive, fully formed galaxies existing just 300 to 500 million years after the Big Bang. Galaxies with billions of stars, organized, bright, and completely impossible under every model we had built. Astronomers initially assumed the instruments were malfunctioning. They weren't. One candidate appeared so massive and so bright that multiple research teams questioned whether the entire timeline of cosmic evolution needed to be rewritten. It might. Something in our understanding of how matter organizes itself after a Big Bang is fundamentally wrong. The universe builds structure faster than our best physics can explain, and we don't know why. Number 6. Something in deep space keeps repeating. Fast radio bursts release more energy in a millisecond than our sun produces in 3 days. They arrive from billions of light-years away. And for a long time, each one appeared only once, a single flash, then silence forever. Then they started repeating. Dozens of repeating sources have now been identified. Some fire irregularly. Others follow a haunting periodic pattern, active for weeks, then completely silent, then active again. Cycling, like something following a rhythm we can't explain. One source fired hundreds of times in a single month. The leading explanation involves magnetars, ultra-dense neutron stars with extreme magnetic fields. But that model doesn't fully account for the periodicity, for the structure, for the fact that some bursts seem to follow a schedule. No scientist is claiming this is a signal. But the honest answer to what's causing the pattern is that we don't fully know. Something out there is repeating across billions of light years, on a schedule, and we can hear it, but we cannot explain it. Number 5. TOI 700e, another Earth. In January 2023, NASA confirmed the discovery of TOI 700e, a planet 95% the size of Earth, orbiting a stable red dwarf star 100 light-years away, inside the habitable zone, where liquid water could exist on the surface. The system already had one habitable zone planet. TOI 700e is a second, two potentially habitable worlds orbiting the same star at the same time, a configuration we had never confirmed before. Red dwarf stars were once dismissed as poor candidates for life. They flare violently and bathe close planets in radiation, but they also burn for trillions of years. Compared to our Sun's 10 billion-year lifespan, a red dwarf offers stability on a timescale almost incomprehensible. If life needs time above everything else, these systems are not marginal. They may be the most probable environments in the galaxy. TOI 700e is not confirmed habitable, but it is the right size, the right distance, around the right kind of star. And it is one of dozens of worlds like it found in just the last few years. Number 4. Dark matter. We still can't find it. Here is the most uncomfortable fact in modern physics. We do not know what most of the universe is made of. When scientists map how galaxies cluster and move, how light bends across billions of light years, the math doesn't work. There isn't enough visible matter to produce the gravitational effects we observe. Something else is there, something with mass, something that holds galaxy clusters together, but it emits no light, absorbs no light, reflects nothing. No instrument we've ever built can detect it directly. We call it dark matter, not because we understand it, because we don't. It makes up 27% of the universe. All ordinary matter, every star, planet, and atom you've ever seen, accounts for just 5%. The remaining 68% is dark energy, something even stranger, driving the universe apart at an accelerating rate. In 2023, experiments at the frontier of particle physics searched again, directly. The results came back empty. We are surrounded by something invisible that outweighs all visible matter by a factor of 5. And after decades of the most sophisticated experiments in history, it remains completely hidden. Number 3. We photographed the monster at the center of our galaxy. For decades, astronomers knew something massive sat at the center of the Milky Way. Stars near the galactic core were orbiting an invisible point at speeds requiring an object with the mass of 4 million suns, compressed into a region smaller than our solar system. In May 2022, we finally saw it. The Event Horizon Telescope, a planet-scale array of synchronized observatories stretching from Chile to Hawaii to the South Pole, captured the first direct image of Sagittarius, a star, a glowing ring of superheated gas surrounding a shadow, the shadow of a black hole, our black hole, 26,000 light-years away. The image looks like science fiction, an asymmetric ring of orange and gold surrounding absolute darkness. But it is real. A photograph. Every photon in that image traveled 26,000 years to reach us. For billions of years, it has been sitting there, at the center of everything we call home. And now, for the first time in the history of our species, we've seen its face. Number 2. Europa, an ocean beneath the ice. Jupiter's moon. Europa looks like a cracked billiard ball, a pale, icy shell covered in reddish fracture lines smaller than our own moon. Beneath that shell, something extraordinary is happening. Data from Galileo, Hubble, and James Webb confirms a global liquid water ocean beneath Europa's ice. Not a pocket, not a lake. A world-spanning ocean estimated between 60 and 150 kilometers deep, containing more liquid water than all of Earth's oceans combined. In 2023, JWST detected carbon dioxide on the surface, and its distribution suggested it came from the ocean below. Carbon cycling between the interior and surface means the ocean is chemically active. Europa also has a rocky seafloor. Jupiter's immense tidal forces generate internal heat, potentially creating hydrothermal vents on that floor. On Earth, hydrothermal vents in the deep ocean support entire ecosystems, completely independent of sunlight. NASA's Europa Clipper launched in October 2024 and is now en route. It will sample the water vapor erupting from the surface and begin to answer what may be the most important question in the history of science. Are we alone? Number 1. The universe is expanding too fast, and no one knows why. In the 1990s, astronomers discovered the universe's expansion is accelerating. Something is pushing space itself apart at an increasing rate. No known force in physics explains it. They called it dark energy and moved on. Then things got worse. There are two independent ways to measure how fast the universe expands. The first uses the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, and extrapolates forward using our best physics. The second uses direct observations of nearby galaxies and objects whose true brightness we know precisely. These two methods should give the same answer. They don't. The discrepancy is not within the margin of error. It is statistically significant, repeatedly confirmed, and has survived every attempt to explain it away. Scientists call it the Hubble tension. It means one of two things. Either a subtle, invisible error has fooled every instrument and every research team for decades, or our fundamental model of the universe, the model that has successfully described the cosmos for half a century, is incomplete. In 2024, new James Webb data made the tension worse, not better. Something is missing from our understanding of reality at the most fundamental level. The universe is not behaving the way our best physics says it should. And the most honest answer any scientist can give you right now, when asked why, is simply this: we don't know. And that out of everything we have found in the vastness of space, may be the most unsettling discovery of all.